Welcome to the Rooftop podcast, and you're watching it live for the first time on HD. I'm your host, Sean Mcmanama. This is my co-host, Kody Kunkle, and today's special guest, we got Tyler Kunkle coming all the way from Alabama. How you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
Yeah, nice. And Derek, second time on. How's it going today?
I'm a veteran now.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. So we have a great episode going on today. We got a lot to get to. We're going to follow up on the NBA playoffs. It's been a couple weeks since we've been on. And then the top 10 players of all time. Tyler's going to tell us the draft prospects he likes and dislikes. And then that should do it. So let's get to it. Tyler, what do you think going on with the 2 Game 7s played with the NBA between the Celtics and the Cavs? What do you think of that series?
Cavs, LeBron, dominant, just all-around dominant performance in Game 7. You just can't stop that man. It's like a video game. Mm-hmm. He is, whenever I play on 2K, I get the same stats that he does in real life, which is just, it mesmerizes me. It's insane. Mm-hmm. And then the Rockets just flat out blew it.
Mm-hmm. Were you surprised that the Celtics choked? No, that's like, with going out, they had a chance. You know, this was their series to win. Were you surprised they choked?
I was surprised. I was more surprised with the Cavs being able to make the run than the Celtics choking, just because they're a young team. They don't have.
They're testing their potential.
Yeah, they don't have that. Like, they don't have a top player. They're just. I mean, it's just a great coach.
Yep.
It's really just
Brad
a great
Stevens.
coach.
Yeah, but they got a great future going on. I mean, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Terry Rozier, Scary Terry. That's one of my favorite players in the NBA.
Behind Kyrie Irving.
Behind Kyrie, Gordon Hayward coming up. Yeah. Kody, what'd you think of the series overall? Honestly, what was your thoughts?
I'm not surprised the Cavs will win, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. So you just think because
LeBron James?
LeBron James does LeBron James.
I'll tell you what, LeBron,
he's still doing his thing.
33 years old, 15 seasons in the NBA, and this guy still the best player in the world.
It's insane.
Not a doubt about it.
For the last 12 years now.
Mm-hmm. Now let's get to it. As we all know, if you listen to the last podcast, Derek is a Rockets fan. He said Rockets in what was it, 6 or 7?
On camera, it was Rockets in 7. But you know what? It was Warriors in 7, and it was an amazing series. Love to watch every second of it, honestly.
How disappointed were you?
Was it?
I was really upset. You know, I thought it was going to be a great 7-game series. Unfortunately, Chris Paul went down.
Yeah.
And that's exactly the piece we got.
Do you think that's the reason they lost? Is because Chris Paul went down?
Absolutely. I mean, that was the piece we got in the offseason in order to make it that stretch. And I think he was that piece, that focal point to make it happen.
Yeah. Okay. Do you think they go after LeBron in free agency?
Absolutely. I'm sure they're already in the works. The off-season's off, and I'm sure we got a lot of contracts coming out that we can let go of some people. And LeBron wants to go to a championship-ready team.
I think it's more of a question of what team doesn't go after LeBron.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
he's going to have his wish list.
If the best player in the world is on the free agency market, you go for him.
Yeah.
$230 million.
Yeah.
220, I think.
I don't think he'll sign a 5-year max deal. No. But
you know you're going to the finals.
Yeah, both series were great. Game 7s, I loved it. But we're on to the 4P. Golden State Warriors, Cleveland Cavaliers. What we watched yesterday was, LeBron James made history. And you know what? Do you know what I hate? We got stolen of history yesterday because of
made history at that.
Yeah, no, because listen, JR. Maybe the worst play in NBA history in a finals game.
Definitely up there.
George Hill missing that rebound, okay? Oh, and the refs reviewing that call. I mean, I'll let you guys get to that, but that shouldn't have been reviewed. It was definitely a clear blocking foul, but it shouldn't have been reviewed. And then, but we missed history with LeBron James.
I don't know, dude. The memes created from that JR to LeBron exchange.
Mm-hmm. I think that was a better place.
That did make history. But listen, 51
more J.R. Smith memes.
Oh, man.
Well, yeah, but listen, 51 points. 51 points he dropped, okay?
Could have done more.
Could have got more.
His teammates too much. He was dishing it, and they weren't pulling through.
But that's
in the long run, it's good for LeBron's career because we can always just blame it back on his teammates.
And he won't do that, but we all know it will.
Yeah. Okay. And then, well, actually, some things I wanted to get to about the series. Do you think LeBron will have another game like that?
Nope.
50 points?
Nope.
You think he can put up 50 points?
Nope.
He has to.
Nope.
If they want any chance to win, he has to.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't really have a choice, and I know he's obviously he's capable of it. He averages. I was looking at the stats yesterday during the game. He averages 36 points per game in games that they win. It's even more now because of that one.
Yeah.
So
you're right.
he has to get 36 points per game when they win. He only averages 26 whenever they lose.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So clearly
Well,
he has to hit that 40-point mark.
Who's the X factor for your guys' series for both teams? Actually, I want to hear all three. So we'll start with Kody first.
We should pass it on to someone else.
Okay, so we're gonna go with Tyler. Who's your X factor for Golden State?
My X factor for Golden State, it's always got to be Draymond Green.
Yeah.
It's just because if Draymond Green comes to play, I think it's more of his offense than his defense, because the defense is always going to be there. The hard-nosed mentality is always going to be there. But if he's draining threes, the rest of the team's going to be hitting threes too. It's just his offense.
Okay, yeah. So
He's
he's
shooting
shooting terribly in the 3-point right now.
Oh, he shoots like he has a
is shooting
backpack
atrocious.
on.
But do you think? Okay, so you're talking. But here's my thing. So you're saying that Draymond could be the X factor if he's shooting his threes, but
Yeah.
he's not shooting his threes. He made 2 3-pointers yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay, and I mean.
And they should have lost. So
Yeah, they should. Okay, okay.
So
I
that's
relate to
why.
that. Yeah. Derek, X factor for Cleveland.
Cleveland Cavaliers, I think Kevin Love. Because LeBron, he plays 46, 48 minutes a night now. He puts it all on the line, and he's going to get his. But Kevin Love is truthfully that man in the corner, that man to get rebounds, who is that X factor to make that team win. He needs 25 at
He
least
needs
on
to
top of
play like
LeBron's
he did in
40.
Minnesota. Whenever on any given night he can get 25 and 14. And
Yeah,
now,
no, that's right, but that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
it's
He's not
not.
that player anymore. At least in my opinion, Kody.
I'm gonna say Andre Iguodala is my X factor because as soon as he gets healthy, he's the only guy that can guard LeBron James for the Warriors.
And he's a great teammate with
Yeah.
Draymond. He really
Yeah.
is. They're
Yeah.
a tandem when they
He
play
keeps-
They're
together.
great tandem. You're right.
I
They're
think
nice
he's
bats, keep
kind
them
of like
under
Draymond
control.
too, where if his offense is on, I mean his defense I think makes
It's phenomenal.
it's going
always
to
gonna
make
come
more
up
of an
every time.
impact on LeBron than what Draymond's is, because Draymond's more of a team defender, while Iguodala's like a solo defender.
Yeah, it's a little different. Yeah. Okay.
I like that.
My X factor for Cleveland is going to be Jeff Green. Why not? He was the X factor against Boston. Now I'm going to make him the X factor against Golden State. They need him to show up every game. I mean, I'm not saying drop 20 points because he's not. That's not who Jeff Green is. But it's going to play hard defense, get 12, 15 points, make a couple 3-pointers. That's going to bring the game up. So that's who I got. I will tell you what though, Jordan Clarkson sucks.
He
After
sucks.
watching that game,
He's
I don't know.
that was
It's-
upsetting.
that's what I
Actually, wrote
Since
that
the
down
trade-
right here.
Yeah.
Since the trade, I thought that was going to be a
Capital
great.
Yeah.
I thought that was going to be a great
Emphasize that.
pickup, and he's just disappointed so much every single game. I think I saw 1 or 2 games where I actually was like, okay, this guy has some promise.
Well, see, a pickup I thought was going to be good was Rodney Hood. Doesn't
Yep,
play
now
a
he's
damn
ready
minute.
to
He doesn't
play.
play a fucking minute.
Not
Like,
1 minute.
Yeah, not 1 minute.
I mean, he had that whole.
But see, I thought he would play. Yeah, you're right. But I thought he would play against Golden State. He's a shooter. They need shooters to keep him up. Keep up with Golden State. So this is actually a question one of our listeners asked us to talk about. This is something I want to get to. Is Draymond Green a All-Pro defender, or is he just an asshole?
Both.
So, okay, why do you say both?
Take the floor.
Why do you say both?
He's just a really good defender. I mean,
Okay, but
that's
what?
pretty much. I mean, if you just watch basketball, he just talks all that trash. I actually don't know.
Do you think he gets away with calls?
Well, he did poke LeBron James in the eye last
He
night.
did
I
poke
did
him
Yes,
see
he
Yeah.
that.
did.
Yeah. And actually, this
I
is
seen
something
it.
where we do have a special sideline reporter and my stepbrother Nick Petrie. Come on up, Nick. I want to talk to you about Draymond Green. Everybody give it up for Nick. Yeah, Nick. Yeah, so Nick is he's a referee. And this is where I think you would do great in is Draymond Green a all-pro defender? Is he an asshole? What would you say every time you watch him play a game? What's your take?
I don't know. Who said it? Cody that said that it's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
I can't come up with reasons for
Yeah.
defense, but he plays basketball.
But when you're refereeing his
As well.
games, like you don't like LeBron personally.
I'm
Well,
not
they
an
all
NBA.
act like in the NBA. They all play off these fouls. They complain. So when they complain, they essentially they're like baiting the refs to give them a foul. So obviously Draymond falls in that category. LeBron falls in that category. It's essentially like turning into soccer.
Yeah.
Where all they do
It's
is fall
flop.
down and flop.
I
And
hope they got
It's
that.
modern day
so
sports.
then what it is, it's hard as a ref coming from a referee. It's hard to tell whether if they're flopping or it's an actual foul. And also, what I noticed last night, NBA Finals, these guys are playing hard, like as hard as they can.
Yeah,
yeah.
they're coming at you 100 miles
So
an hour.
essentially, they're fouling so much, but you can't call every single foul. You know, you can't call every single foul. It's tough. You gotta let some stuff go, but it is what it is. So whether Draymond's an asshole or a good defender, I don't know. I
Little bit
think
of
it's a
both.
little bit of both.
I say he's
you
an
know?
all-pro asshole.
I'd say it's a little bit
he's
more asshole,
amazing.
a little bit less
Probably
defender. The whole
accurate.
He's amazing at being an asshole, which makes him. It helps on the defensive end because you're not gonna go into the paint and fuck with a guy that's gonna clock you or poke you in the eye or something like that.
But you will.
He belongs on the '80s Pistons. Is where he belongs.
Oh, Draymond.
Draymond belongs on the
But-
'80s Pistons. He would be one hell of a power forward next to Bill Laimbeer who clothesline people.
He shot threes. I'm pretty sure, but I mean, at least in NBA 2K, he shot threes.
Yeah.
But he won't actually fight you.
Basing-
Back in the '80s, they would actually throw some punches.
I don't know.
I don't think Draymond Green's gonna punch
In
us.
this world, he
He's a
wouldn't fight you.
nuisance.
In this
Yeah.
world, he wouldn't fight you.
He is not. He's just a nuisance, and he's gonna get under your skin somehow, which is gonna affect your mentality, and in turn affect how you're gonna play offensively.
Lance Stevens is another one of those.
Lance Stevens is another one of those, and he's a high energy guy too.
Oh yeah.
Well, Nick, we thank having you on. It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Guys, I
We just
hope
wanted to
I gave
referee.
some insight there. Thank you
absolutely.
for having me on.
Alrighty, we'll
There we
see you
go,
next
guys.
time. So, let's get to it with who do you guys blame for the Cleveland loss? JR or George Hill? Because that, you know,
I'm
JR
on
made the
this one.
stupidest
You can go
mistake
first.
of all time, but George Hill missed a free throw.
Yeah, but
Sure did.
I didn't even expect to make the first one. But he did, and I mean, he
Supposed to
fucking.
be good at free
And I'm, as I said, I'm like, you gotta miss this on purpose, and then I telepathically fucking called it.
Okay, so you're the
then-
reason George Hill missed the.
Yep.
All right, well there you have it, Cleveland. You can blame Kody.
No, you can't. You can blame J.R. Smith because if there's 4.7 fucking seconds left, the Warriors are gonna sink a three. We all know it. They're gonna do it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
That is true. We all do know it.
Yes.
You give this. You
Curry
give,
will do that.
Yeah, or Durant, even though he wasn't on. Who do you think? What's your take? Who's to blame?
I think to blame.
Probably the guy.
Neither was
fucking-
mentioned. I think it was LeBron James to begin with.
What?
They were,
Yeah.
honestly,
He
if
didn't do
you
enough.
if you recall that last play, he's standing at the top with his hand on the ball, doing the post. You know, he's in the post at the top because he doesn't want to let go of it. And he sees George Hill cutting. I know he thinks he wants to put an all-star play on there. LeBron should have just taken it the whole way to the rim with all he's got in
But
his
they were
might.
down. They were down one.
He gets the end one. He gets the
know,
end
but-
one every single time.
So you're
especially
gonna
that last
blame
call.
LeBron James
for deciding
making
to
the
throw to
pass?
George
You
Hill
know-
instead of doing
you know
it
they
himself.
did
That
on
is
the
the
final
first
play.
person I think that would
You
ever
know
say
what?
that.
No,
That is a hot
because they
take.
did that in Miami whenever he passed to Udonis Haslem for a last shot in a regular season game that doesn't even really matter, honestly, because you know the Heat were going to the playoffs. He passes to Udonis Haslem. Udonis Haslem took a jump shot, and he missed it, and they lost the game.
That's it. Stop
And-
trusting.
and
So you
they
were
said-
blaming
do it
LeBron
yourself.
And they said, LeBron, why would you pass it? He said he was open. What else do you want me to do?
Yeah.
He's not wrong by saying that either.
No.
So you're just saying because he's the king, he's the best player in the game, that he should have taken the shot, even though he made the pass, it got a foul. George Hill got the
Sure.
line. That's
Let me ask you that question. I mean, you have 15 seconds on your clock, and you have the best player in the world, and you're down to one. Do you want him passing to the first guy, or do you want him just to do it himself?
There's where you got me.
23. I mean, like
I'm always going. Best player takes last shot.
He takes a last
But
shot.
see, that's not LeBron's
Yeah.
career though. He's a facilitator. He always has been. He's gonna do everything great. Isn't that right?
He's excellent
So-
at everything.
And
Because he draws the double team like a champion. I mean,
Tyler, who do you blame?
I blame George Hill.
You blame George Hill?
80% career in the playoffs. Shooting 80% in the playoffs this year, It's free throws.
Yeah.
He's good at them. You got to make it.
You're right. 80%.
I mean, you have to make it.
Yeah,
You
but in
can't-
that situation, like, you think George Hill's gonna make that?
Well, tell me he's not warmed up
Yeah,
from
if
playing a
he's
whole
shooting,
NBA
if he's
game.
shooting 80,
Yeah, he's more than that money.
Should just be
If
one
he's,
game.
I mean, he should be able to make his free throws. I think that's what it comes down to. If you're in the NBA, you should be able to make a free throw.
I think it was a smart thing to miss the free throw, but not have J.R. Smith rebound it.
Yeah, you know who's to
And maybe
blame?
have somebody else who doesn't.
Tyronn Lue.
Yeah, it is Tyronn Lue. He's a turtle.
He should have just called a timeout as soon as he saw JR put his
He
hand on
looks
that
like
ball.
Raphael.
That is basically.
I mean, he
it.
coulda
Just
called-
call a timeout.
Don't let the
He
game
should have
run
seen
out.
like, hey, JR has the ball. Let's call a timeout.
But how
before
can
he
you
does
call
something
timeout when
else.
you think that JR is going to go up and take that shot? Like everybody else in the
Well,
wall.
as soon as he was like,
But once he saw that, yeah, but it's like at that point you're like, what the
Yeah.
fuck is he doing?
yeah,
Like,
he's
Durant thought
probably,
he was
he's
gonna
probably
throw it to
dressed. He's
LeBron.
like, what the fuck is
I
JR
honestly
doing?
think
yeah.
I think he was. If I was Tyronn Lue, I'd be sitting there. I'd be like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Oh shit, I'm the coach. Shit,
I'm not even thinking about calling a timeout. I'm just sitting there and all like, "What the fuck is this guy doing?" He's literally dribbling backwards whenever he's there for a putback.
Listen, Tyronn Lue said 3 words that I think sums it up for
What the fuck?
No, it ain't right. That's what he said. It ain't right. It ain't right. That's what he said. So
Take the blame off me.
whatever, it's ain't right.
Put it on the refs.
So I also want to talk about: is it possible LeBron James could pull an Allen Iverson from 2001, win the MVP? Because I think we all know Golden State's going to win this series. We're all on
Not
like,
get the MVP.
you don't think he'll get it?
Simply enough, they
Why?
won't do it. I just don't think in this time and age they're gonna just give it to the team who lost.
Do you think
it will
he
be the
deserves
winner
it?
who
I'm
gets
not.
it.
Okay, but do you think
Unless
just-
he scores 50 points a game.
yeah, every game.
I average
He has
like
to get
close
like
to 40.
a 50 burger, a 40 or 50 every game. He'll get it.
And
He'd have
see,
to have a story.
I think it's. I would
Yeah,
like to
yeah,
see
it's
it
close
because
to
I don't
40.
think LeBron. I don't think
ridiculous.
Cleveland stands a chance at all. I think we can all attest to that. That they should be done in probably 5 games.
6 maybe. I mean, they're gonna put up a fight.
You think they're gonna win 2?
You gotta keep thinking. His
Maybe
name
one
is
home
LeBron
game.
James. He's gonna put his almighty in every single game that they play.
But they have potentially 3 Hall of Famers on that team,
Yep. So
and
Maybe 4.
yeah, LeBron James.
maybe 4.
Maybe 4.
Yeah. I think it's pretty clear though that LeBron is definitely the best player in this series. There's no doubt about it. He's completely out-dominated everything. And what I'm trying to say is, the step he seems so much farther than to the second best player like Kevin Durant or even Steph Curry is amazing. You know, he seems so far ahead of everybody as far as talent that. What do you think?
I mean, he's obviously the best player on the court. No matter, I don't care where he's stepping on the court at. He's the best player there. He's the best. If he wants to be the best scorer that day, he's going to be the best scorer and put up 51 points. If he wants to be the best passer, he's going to put up 20 assists.
And they'll do it because his supporting casts are making the threes. That's
Yeah.
the problem. They're not making
And
those
yeah,
threes.
that's the issue.
Yeah.
Is the supporting cast. I mean, it's just tough. He played 47 minutes.
Yeah.
47 minutes at
47
33 years
in a
old.
48-minute game. He played 47 minutes.
He got
Well,
to sit for a minute, like or a minute or
53
two.
minutes
Yeah.
because of the overtime.
Overtime
but
as
still,
well.
like, I mean,
Yeah, they didn't really play in
Overtime.
overtime.
Yeah.
They didn't really try.
You're
It's
right.
just-
They didn't play in
They
overtime.
pretty much gave up.
Yeah, that's true.
they did.
We could drop into the Tristan Thompson. I mean, we all saw the Tristan Thompson, Draymond Green.
Do you think he gets suspended?
They didn't declare
he didn't.
anything,
I
but they
think
won't
he
do
didn't.
it.
Did they declare
I just
it?
got it from Adam Schefter that he did not
Oh,
get
so Cody got the
suspended.
source. Tristan Thompson's not getting suspended.
Adam Schefter's reporting NBA news
Yeah,
now.
but
He
listen-
texted me
Shit.
personally that, and Kevin Love also did
No,
not.
no,
Listen,
It's not rigged.
listen. By the time this podcast will air, Sunday's going to be played. What do you expect that Sunday will be like?
Probably like 130 to 88.
Golden State?
Yeah.
Your choice?
Wow, that's tough. That's real tough. Because you really want them to split, and I think they have the power to do it. But
I think it just died.
I think LeBron James could pull out game 2. I think they are going to come back with a vengeance, harder, and they're going to play harder, but they're just not going to outlast the Lakers.
I don't know. I think
Okay, and Tyler, real quick. What do you
I
got?
say Kevin Love shows up in that game and he puts up at least 25 points and like 10 rebounds, gets the double-double.
that'd be a good
And
game.
then I think the supporting cast that you want to show up shows up like Corver and
Yeah.
and
Jeff.
like Clarkson
Green,
and stuff like
Okay.
that. I think they actually have good games and they pull out at one.
Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think they're going to win. I think that their life got sucked out of them with the loss. So
Do you think it's a 4-game sweep?
no, but I think they're done for
4-1
in Golden State. They're going to go down 2-0 in Golden State. We'll see what they can do in Cleveland. Anyways, moving on. Let's get to a topic that I think will never, ever be right. NBA top 10 players of all time. So, let's talk about it. We're going to go with my list. We're going to debate about it. Not talk about it, we're going to debate.
Absolutely.
And I just want to make this clear that with my top 10, it's more of what I've seen and heard and known and studied. But so I with number 1, I obviously have LeBron James. Listen, he's the best player I've ever heard or seen in my life. I've never seen anything like him. Would you debate that he's the best player of all time?
Allegedly. It's
Number 1?
Number one
it
or two.
depends. I think it depends what you're including.
It's your own personal preference.
Depends if you're from like the 90s or 2000s.
But okay, so LeBron and Michael are the clear-cut 1 and 2. Can we
Yeah,
all agree on
absolutely.
that?
Oh,
We
yeah,
can all agree on that.
absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
So who would you guys have going 1? Kody first.
I never watched Michael Jordan play, so I'm gonna be biased and say LeBron James.
LeBron James. Okay.
I say Michael Jordan because LeBron James' career is not over yet, so he deserves to be 2 until his career is over, and then we can judge.
Okay.
I say LeBron's the better player. Michael's more competitive.
Okay. Do you think the titles will impact who's the best player of all time?
Yep.
Because I don't think LeBron's getting to 6.
I mean,
Can we-
somebody will debate that.
He's not-
Let's
he
be
won't
honest.
get-
Somebody will debate
He
that.
won't get to 6 as long as the Warriors are still together.
Yep.
I mean, that's what it is. But I mean, the guy's he's been in the league 15 years. 9 out of the 15 years that he's been in the league, he's made the finals.
Nine times.
The only
Eight
other,
consecutively.
Times.
the
8
only
consecutively.
the only other person that can say something along that line is Bill Russell.
And that's in the
looked at-
60s before, like, let's be real. I mean, the players in the 1960s were
different-
our
There
height.
was
It's
10.
a
There was
different
15
And Bill Russell was 7
teams.
foot. Yeah,
There was like
15
10 or
teams. Bill
15
Russell was
teams.
7 foot, and there was guys in the 1960s like us.
This is the most
So-
competitive era I've ever seen in NBA in my life.
It's
Everybody
insane.
knows it.
I think it depends on what you judge. If you're going to judge it by their all-around performance, it's obviously LeBron because he goes out there to be a facilitator and puts up 27 a night for his career.
Yeah.
And then you have Jordan, who's he just wins championships. But you could argue that the West in those years was kind of like how the East is now, where it's really weak.
Let me get to it. So I'm going to name off my top 10. I'll give you guys as much knowledge as I can with it.
Sure.
And then I don't want any, you can have your take after it. Number 1, I'm going LeBron James. Listen, he's the best player I've ever seen in my era. When I was in 5th grade, I watched LeBron James dribble. And I said, man, my God, does he know how good he is. Okay? That enough to me was number 1 when I was in 5th grade. 2, I'm going Michael Jordan because of our fathers. That's all they talk about. Number 3,
That's so true.
Magic Johnson. Okay? Magic Johnson to me.
He beat AIDS.
Yep.
He should be number 1.
He beat AIDS. He beat AIDS. So,
He's got HIV. He never got full-blown AIDS.
all right, so Magic Johnson's number 3 because he has AIDS. 4 is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Why? Isn't he the best scorer of all time?
Best player in the 70s.
Yeah. But one thing I will say about I have Magic ahead of Kareem because I think during Kareem when Magic in the Lakers when they played together in the 80s, I think that Magic was more of an impact short term for those 10 years rather than Kareem, but Kareem had a longer career.
Lou Alcindor.
So, number 5, Shaq. He changed the game. Maybe the greatest big man of all time. In my eyes, he is the greatest big man.
Most dominant.
Number 6, Larry Bird. He also changed the game. Why? A 6'10" power forward did not shoot the ball like he could outside the 3.
He was incredible.
Yeah,
It's-
for that
it's
time
just-
era,
he
they
was-
didn't do that. They did not do that. 7, Kobe Bryant.
Fair enough.
What is it, 5 titles?
It's so difficult.
It's so difficult.
So difficult
But
with Kobe.
Kobe's such a winner that's why I have him in there.
Yep.
8, Bill Russell. How can you not?
Yeah.
Motherfucker had what, 12, 13 championships?
He won a lot of
Yeah,
championships.
he won a lot. He was taller than everybody. Number 9, Wilt Chamberlain, because he slept with over 300 people. Number 10,
Somehow
Tim
Dame-
Duncan. I'm going with him. That is the dark horse, Tim Duncan. Nobody ever talks about him. 5 titles.
I have him at
Just
10.
as much as Kobe.
I got him at 10.
But he was so quiet. He didn't do any talking. He just won. Tim Duncan and Kobe Bryant were the 2 best players 10 years ago in our era.
Yep.
You know, they were the talked about guys. And then I do want to say honorable mention, because this list is so hard, Jerry West. He's the logo of the fucking NBA, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
You know, like, how can we not even have him honorable mention? Allen Iverson, listen, I'm a Philadelphia fan. That's who I got. I'm going to roll with him. Dr. J, another Philly guy. I always thought he was good, at least from what I heard with the stories. And Kevin Durant. I think he's on the up and coming. Debate me. What do you guys got? Here, you can look at my list and everything.
All right. Our lists they're pretty similar. I do have Jordan above LeBron because I'm basing this list off of including titles.
Yeah.
I think if you're just talking about the singular player and what they do for their team, I'm gonna pick LeBron over him. I would rather have LeBron than Jordan just because of everything that he can do.
Yeah.
I have Wilt at 7. I actually have Shaq at 6.
Yeah, so we're actually similar with Shaq.
I think Wilt is the most impactful player of all time ever. On the rule book of the NBA, the man dunked free throws. The man would literally reach his hand out and put the ball in the hoop, so they had to move the free throw line back, and
He essentially changed the game.
he
changed the game.
rules.
Yeah,
They
he changed the
made
rules.
3-second violations because of him.
What,
They
did
made-
he just camp out there?
He would literally stand there
Until he beat his man.
7
Yeah.
foot, over 7 foot tall, 300-pound man. He was actually bigger than Shaq. Mm-hmm. And he just stood there and was like, "Let me get a
Toasted
rebound."
window. That's the one thing I don't know about Wilt with the history.
He won. I believe he only won one.
Yeah, I know he's not
One
in
with the
all-time or
Lakers.
anything
No.
like that.
He only won one with the Lakers, but whenever he was with the Philadelphia Warriors.
Yeah, the Philadelphia Warriors.
Yeah. I mean, he averaged 50.4 points a game. Mm-hmm. He never got fouled because he didn't move.
No.
He averaged 48.4 minutes in one season
48.
in a 48-minute game.
Yeah.
He had 0 fouls for however many straight games. The man changed the game as far as the rule book.
Yeah.
But you said you had him below.
I had
Shaq.
him below Shaq.
And why is that? Why is that?
Because
Because you just, I mean...
Shaq, I love Wilt. Wilt is one of my favorite
Yeah, it
players
sounds
of
like
all
you want to suck
time.
his dick.
Yeah, a little
So-
bit. Everyone did.
somebody else
Everyone did, apparently. So did thousands of other women, okay?
But you're a man.
I have Shaq above him because I think Shaq makes more of an impact on his team just because, I mean, you see the titles. You see the titles there. If I had to do, because it's hard to make a top 10 list if you're going to base it off of titles. I think if it's titles, Shaq above Wilt, Wilt above Shaq if it's not titles.
Just
But I think,
individual
so
that was your big thing, the Shaq and the coat.
that's my big thing is, it's
Do you even put
difficult.
Bill Russell as a big man in there? 'Cause
He's
they're
my
the top-
ninth best player.
So basically, as far as centers though, it goes Shaq, Wilt, and Bill for you. Shaq, Wilt, and Bill.
Shaq, Wilt, Bill, and then Duncan.
Okay.
They're my 6, 7, 9, and 10. I think.
And Derek, what do you have to debate about?
All right, I got 2 things I want to talk about. One, some breaking news.
What's the breaking news?
Just check my phone. It's Tristan Thompson. He is not going to end up getting
Yeah, like I said.
suspension.
Yeah, like Kody said.
Not really breaking
$25,000
Not really.
fine.
Oh, he's getting 25.
They also-
That's a
They
breaking news.
downgraded his
$20,000
flagrant
fine.
2 foul to a flagrant 1.
Which it should have
Wow.
been, truthfully, because it was not that egregious.
No.
If it was my team, I wouldn't want him taking that
And
shot.
actually, I just got an update that there is a Johnny Manziel comeback going on right now
No,
in the
he's-
Canadian Football
He's
League.
playing as a backup quarterback right
Yeah,
now.
but it's the preseason game.
Jeremiah Masoli is the
Okay, so he's
starter.
got-
Johnny is
in the
playing
preseason,
on
so-
ESPN right now.
Jeremiah
Whoop-de-doo.
Masoli is
Of
the
course he's
starting
on
quarterback
ESPN.
of that
Everyone
team.
cares
The
about
dude from-
fucking
the dude
Johnny
that played at Oregon and got
Money
kicked
Manziel.
out.
Now he's there.
Yeah,
All
everyone.
right, so let's get back to it though. We
Okay, anyway. So I feel like the one highlight I didn't create a list myself, but the one highlight I want to focus on is Kobe and Shaq. I think Kobe is actually going to take that rank over Shaquille O'Neal in my heart because Kobe was just a dominant player. He's got the rings to back it up. He's got the heart to back it up, and he can make free
He's
throws.
the Mamba. I mean,
He
he's
can make
just.
free throws.
He is the Mamba.
I
And-
think
I like it
Kobe's
better.
the most difficult player to rank in NBA history because there are some people that have him as the third greatest player of all time, and there's some people that don't even have him as top 10.
He's fresh.
Oh, I know.
Fresh off
I
the
know.
career.
It's insane.
Yeah, you're right. People have him as the number 4 or 5, or not even the top 10. Me, honestly, and I mean, with the Kobe Bryant solution and everything, like, I felt very leery about putting him in the top 10. But let's be real, he's an all-time winner, and then that's why I have him in the top 10. And when you think about our childhood, we think about Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, Yao Ming, Vince Carter, Tim Duncan, and
LeBron
Kobe.
James.
And Kobe was always at the top though before LeBron though, am I right?
I wish we would have
Yes.
fucking done a list of the century. Because if we'd have done the list of the century, it'd have been all the players we grew up absolutely loving.
It's,
I
I mean, and we could get to that to another podcast. I'm not
that'd be a
opposed to that.
great
We'll do
segment.
that. So my top 10, that's what I got going on.
I like it.
I think we could always debate about it, but
it's always the biggest debate there is just Jordan and LeBron. I mean, you're always
It's
It's
always
just
gonna
a
be-
giant
it's always
debate,
going
to be
to be
honest.
debate. I mean,
It's never gonna be right.
Rabble!
It's just a bunch of rabble. Like, it's just all a bunch of
Yeah.
bullshit.
yeah. Well, let's get to the 76ers mess.
that's fucked
Brian
up.
Colangelo,
It's fucked up.
burner Twitters.
It's pretty
First off,
hilarious.
what is
It's
the-
just, it's part of the process.
It's part of the process.
It's part of the
Trust
reprocess.
the process.
Dilly,
Dilly. Yeah.
We're
Dilly,
reprocessing the process.
The process.
dilly. Yeah. Yes.
Brian Colangelo is just, he's just doing his own thing. He's just being a little fucking Twitter warrior out
He's
here.
literally
He told his wife the password to his Twitter account and she blew it. Alright? She blew it.
what?
It's all her fault.
Wait.
Pay the price.
So,
Not him.
Would you-
I would absolutely
He's gone?
fire him.
Yeah, because it's either him or Embiid, I'm pretty sure.
Well, so it's so what
Who do
I
you want? Do you want
understand-
Joel Embiid? Do you want Brian? I fucking tweet off burner accounts Colangelo.
KD.
I don't
KD
think
tweets
Brian
off burner
Colangelo can
accounts.
fucking slam
Everybody
dunk.
does it. Just don't get caught.
So like, all right. So what I'm understanding from everything that I've read for this is, it's either like originally it's this man literally has burner accounts that he talks shit on his players. He talks shit on Nerlens Noel. Said Noel's basically a fucking asshole.
Yep.
Talks shit on Jalil, but Jalil's a nice guy. Jalil Okafor, but he fails all his physicals. And then something came out. I think it was yesterday, where they were saying it might be his wife.
She was just complaining.
So you guys essentially though, you guys would fire him.
Oh, I'd
Like,
fucking fire him.
everybody fire.
Either
I'd be
horrible
like,
for
fire the
PR.
whole family. Fire the whole family.
how do you come back from that? All right, if you saw your boss on Twitter saying, my employee Sean is a fucking idiot and he literally does not know what the fuck he's doing and he's an asshole and I
Yeah.
fucking hate him. What do you do? What are you gonna do?
You fire
What do you
him.
hope
Essentially,
for your boss?
And that's true. That's a good point.
Exactly.
So basically, don't make burner Twitter accounts.
Don't fucking don't
and you mean-
tweet if you
don't
are in
get
a good
caught.
CEO position.
What is the point
Don't
of that?
get
though?
caught.
Well, yeah, don't get caught. There
Don't
you are.
get
You
caught.
heard it first on the rooftop. You can do everything, just don't get caught. So
Murder, don't get caught.
Yeah.
You're good.
yeah.
You're only guilty of murder if you get caught for it. So,
Yeah.
Allegedly.
All right, so we're not going to get into that. So
We can dive deeper.
yeah, no, we're not going to dive deeper into murder. So we're getting a little too far there.
What do we got on the docket? What kind
Yeah.
of show are we working with on the docket?
I want to talk about
Guys, I just want to say it's 11:11, so
make a
I
wish.
think
everybody make
We
a
should all
wish.
make
no,
a wish.
you should go fuck yourself.
I
Okay,
hope
so
the Cavs win.
Philly prospers this year.
anyways, let's get back.
Philly prospers.
Philly.
So Tyler, this is why you came home from Alabama
This is why
to be on this show.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay, let's hear your prospects for the NBA
So-
draft. Hold on, draft combine, NBA or not draft combine, the draft prospects coming up.
So I picked five that I love, like 5 that I really like, and 5 that I'm like not sold on, or I think have their question marks, or I think are just being too hyped up. So I'll tell you who it is, and then I'll explain why. I have DeAndre Ayton from Arizona, Luka Doncic from Real Madrid or something like that.
Yeah, he's the foreign guy.
Yeah, he's
man.
Mohamed Bamba from Texas, Michael Porter Jr.
Yep.
and Colin Sexton from Alabama.
So I'm gonna chime in with that real quick. I love Michael Porter Jr.
I love that guy. I think he's
Best player coming into Out of high school. He was the what? Number 1 or number 2
He
player?
was, I believe he was number 1.
Yeah. Played 52 minutes this season, had an injury. Colin Sexton with Alabama, that's not surprising that you had him in that.
The reason I really like him, I think, so he's a point guard. He's a point guard, and that's what he's always been. I think he's I think he's an Eric Bledsoe type.
Yeah, and here's what I heard about him is he doesn't make players around him better, but when you're playing at Alabama for basketball, how can you make the players better when they all suck?
So my thing with Sexton,
He's a streaky shooter.
he is.
He'll get better.
He is.
I
I think he's like.
which is perfectly fine.
I think he's like
Absolutely.
Eric Bledsoe whenever he came out. He's a scoring point guard.
Yep.
The thing about Sexton that I really like is who are they? I forget who they were playing, but it was Alabama had 3 players on the court. Colin Sexton
That
was
game,
one of them.
Yes.
Oh,
Hey,
two-
play-
Yeah,
yeah.
Colin Sexton was one of them on the court, and it was 3 versus 5, and Colin Sexton scored like 40-some points,
Yep.
and actually they only lost by single digits, and they were down by double digits wherever they only had 3 players, and I was impressed. That's the game where I'm like, this guy, I can see the potential with it. I think he's more potential. He's more of a boom or bust prospect, but I really like him. I think he's more on the boom side.
Okay.
Porter is just an animal. Porter is an animal. I don't
Lottery pick easily.
lottery pick easily. I think it's the best player in the draft. I think he is going to be the player that comes out of this and makes the biggest impact for his team and has the best career.
Who don't you like? Who don't you
The one person I really don't like, Trae Young. I hate him.
Me too. And
I absolutely hate him.
He's 6'1". Again, in the
He's-
NBA, you got to be 6'4" or taller.
This
That's the height.
this
is
all right.
You work on your
When I
dribbles,
see-
you do your game.
Steph Curry's.
When I think of Trae Young, I think of Jimmer Fredette, someone who literally excites the crowd, but isn't necessarily efficient. He had a ton of turnovers. You look at his games where he was really, really good, and they were against shitty teams.
Yeah.
And then as soon as they got into conference play,
He was having real troubles
ass.
because they
He
shut
would-
him down.
And he would shoot the one game he shot 18 threes and made fucking 4 or 5. And I was like, this guy's really not that good. They're comparing him. They're saying, yo, this guy's going to be the next Steph Curry. I'm like, I don't see Steph Curry. I mean, Davidson, Steph Curry was,
Yeah.
he just shot the ball well.
Just because LeBron has high regards for him, he gets a lot of media time.
He gets a lot of media time because he's an exciting player. Just like Jimmer, who also had that hype where it's going to draw fans to your team if you get a player like that. Just like Jimmer, like Michael Beasley, like players like that.
Yeah.
Where you're literally just a hype man. You're really a hype man.
Yep.
You're the guy in the drinking team.
Everybody needs it. Swaggy P.
Yeah, Swaggy P is a hype
J.R.
man.
Smith. J.R. Smith.
Swaggy P was a 10th pick of the draft, and he was also a hype man.
Absolutely. You always need one.
And then who else do you have on that list with the top 5 that you don't like?
I think another big one is Jaren Jackson. He's regarded as the number 3 prospect right now.
Yeah, and what is his scouting report? I don't know
So
much about him, but I've
is-
been reading.
He has not played. He has not really started a lot of games at all. He averaged a little bit over 10 points in about 30 minutes, 29 minutes, something like that. Averaged about 10.5 points, 5.8 rebounds. And the big thing with him is he averaged 3 blocks. And that, I mean, I see
defensive-minded
him.
guy.
I see him. I don't even see him as a rebounder. I see him as someone that's gonna.
A floor spacer.
But he has potential. He has a lot of potential, but I think he's one of those guys, kind of like Hasheem Thabit.
Yeah.
Not
he was a total
Hasheem
bust.
Thabit.
He was a total
He was
bust.
a total bust.
That guy played
I think
8 games in the NBA, it seemed like.
Yep.
it's
then
Hasheem.
looks like we got something
It's like
going on in the
Hasheem Thabit,
background.
where it's someone with elite physical traits
Yeah.
is going to come in and just be a great defender, be a great rim protector, but not get tons of rebounds.
Yeah. Yeah. And just to the audience, if you're still listening, we have a special guest, or not a special guest, we have a whole audience.
We have a live audience.
going on.
Live
So
audience
if
now.
our cameraman can show the action
case you
of
know.
our audience, get it up. You get to talk for the first time. Yay!
Rooftop podcast.
Rooftop. Anyways.
Rooftop.
Yeah.
I'm famous now.
Yeah.
Sideline reporter Chris.
Yeah, sideline. Anyways, actually, this is a good time to introduce our sideline reporter, Chris. Come on up.
You may know him.
Yeah,
You might have
you may
been
know
He's got a
him.
very important topic he'd like to discuss.
Yeah, that's right.
So, sideline reporter, Chris.
You know, you gotta get your
Which
interface
side,
in right
which
there.
side should I be on?
Maybe right over the rooftop side.
Should I just be right here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
So,
a-
audience, that's our sideline reporter, Chris. You know him in the first 3 episodes. How you doing today?
Great. Locked on 49ers.
All right. Anything you need to talk about or anything?
New news.
What do we want to talk about?
Well, do you have any news or anything?
Anybody injured?
Yeah, we have a mailbag question of the day.
And I did get that mailbag from our listeners, so let's talk about it. Mailbag. Is the center position a dying breed in the NBA?
Better.
Yes, every position is a dying breed. It is positionless basketball. That's what it is now.
And why do you think that?
No one fucking
you're
plays a
dead- dead
position
serious,
anymore.
so why-
No one fucking plays a position. Everyone's out there. They want everyone to be a ball handler. They want everyone to shoot threes. They want everyone to fucking play defense. It's a fucking positionless basketball.
It's a
No one
mess.
plays any fucking positions anymore, and it pisses me off.
Okay. Derek, is center a position? a dying breed?
Everything's gone.
So Chris is done.
Talk about
So
it.
sideline reporter Chris. All right.
Get your ass back in this fucking shot. And make sure you look at the camera.
Got
All
it.
right, Chris.
That was
thanks for joining us.
Curry, yo. He's like, got him.
All right.
It's literally all switching.
Yeah.
All any defender does now is just switch, and that's
Okay.
it.
Hey, if you're a good
You're
coach, you
probably
have
right.
small ball with power
Switching,
forwards at the 5.
That's it.
Yeah.
Everyone's a shooter, and everyone switches, and that's
And
why
then-
Yeah, I
there's
do
some
feel
players
like-
that aren't
like,
going to be good in
If
the
you
league.
want your center to shoot a 3, like that's basically a requirement at this point in the NBA.
That's why DeAndre Jordan. That's why DeAndre Jordan isn't going to get a big deal.
He's not gonna get a big.
That's why his son White's
But
not
do you think he
gonna
should
go
opt
somewhere
in?
big
Do you think
deal.
he should opt in?
Oh yeah.
With his
Yeah,
24
you
million?
opt in. You opt in with that much money whenever you're not doing jack shit, and you average under a block a game as a center. As a defensive center.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, that's a rather bad question. We appreciate.
I was pissed off about that one.
Hey.
We appreciate the feedback.
That was-
Chris,
that bag.
thanks for coming in.
Good
Giving us
job,
the question.
Chris.
Yeah, good job.
Good
Hey,
job.
Good job,
Hey,
Chris.
I love
Everybody.
it.
Okay. So as far as everything that we covered everything that I want to talk about. Anybody else that you guys want to get to?
What's you guys' predictions for the rest of the series?
Golden State in 5.
Yeah, Cavs are dead. Fuck them.
What does that mean?
Got
How
him,
many
dead
games?
fucks.
I got him 4. Is that what you're saying?
Gentlemen sweep 4-1.
Captain Ford.
Anyways, let's bring in a guest, someone we had earlier in the show, Nick Petrie. Come on up. Come on up. Everybody give up for referee Nick. Okay. What's your question?
I have one question.
Yes.
And back to, I know you guys were talking about football or whatever, college.
We're
and
talking
stuff.
about basketball.
Back to the NBA.
Yeah.
Real quick, as a referee, I want to know your guys' position. Was it a block or a charge on LeBron?
It was definitely
It was
a block,
It was a block.
but it shouldn't have been reviewed.
It was definitely.
I think
no
reviewing
fucking
is
clue.
bullshit.
Okay, yeah.
I
Reviewing
hate
is
it. I
bullshit.
agree.
And as a referee, you think
I
that.
agree.
I think
Block,
Van Gundy
he's sliding over. it was a
pretty
block,
much stated,
100%.
yeah.
They should have got it right the first time. I just want to know your guys' opinion on that.
Okay.
Thank you very much. I
All right,
appreciate
thank you.
you guys.
Let's get some more
get it on.
audience.
Let's go. Let's go.
All right, let's get some more audience on. Let's get our cameraman and everybody we got to thank today. Cole Burg, come on up. Come on up.
Yeah, let's
Give
get
it up for
Cole.
Yeah, Cole. Cole, welcome to the Rooftop.
What's going on, man?
Anyways.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So, what'd you think of today's episode?
Oh, it was great. Lots of laughs going on.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's having a good time around here. We're all drinking, having fun.
Yeah.
It's a good episode.
Yeah. Well, dude, we appreciate what you did, having us go live on HD for the first time.
Hey,
That was
do it.
that was something good.
Let's give it up for Derek, boys.
Yeah.
We're making this sound
right,
I just
cool.
ruined the
Thanks, bro.
video.
Gotcha,
Thanks, bro.
man.
See you next time.
I'll be back.
So let's.
I talk about sports all day, every day, to my fucking self half the time. So it's nice to talk to other people for once.
Would you say I fell apart at the end?
No, it didn't fall apart.
Derek, would you
say it got better at the end?
Oh, hey, I'm privileged I can be on the first video episode.
Yeah.
It's only gonna get better. And now what they say, June 1st, Pride Month, it only gets better. It only gets better out here.
Cody, my co-host, what'd you think of today's episode?
Well, I thought we made a lot of progress. We went out there, we did our job.
What are you, a fucking race car driver?
Just like they do, Paul, Cole, this is his spirit beer. I like it in Bud Light Platinum, natural light,
We made
All right, what's up? Hey,
I like
the rooftop. Let's all do a dilly for the rooftop.
I think
Yeah.
Philly.
Philly. Hey, we're out.
Fuck your
Peace.
Panthers.
Get the fuck out of here! Why are you still watching it?